You see that face, those eyes that seem to hold 1,000 untold stories? Let me tell you about Luna, a dog who had completely surrendered to her fate. This is her journey from the depths of despair to a life filled with love and second chances. The first time I walked into that shelter, the noise hit me like a wave. Dogs barking, crying, begging for attention. But in the very last kennel, tucked away in the corner, there was silence. And that's where I found her. Luna wasn't barking. She wasn't even moving. She just lay there, her body pressed against the cold concrete, her eyes staring at nothing. It was as if she had already given up on the idea that anyone would ever choose her. I knelt down slowly, reaching my hand through the bars. She didn't move, not even a flinch. Her ribs were visible through her dull, patchy coat. But what broke me most was the emptiness in her eyes. Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and seen absolutely nothing? No hope, no fear, just emptiness. That was Luna. The shelter worker told me she'd been there for 8 months. 8 months of watching other dogs leave while she stayed behind. She shut down, the worker said quietly. It happens sometimes. They just stop believing. But something in me wouldn't let her story end there.
If you're still watching and you haven't subscribed yet, I have to tell you, that actually makes me a little sad because stories like Luna's need to be heard. They need to reach people who understand that every animal deserves a chance. So if you believe in second chances too, hit that subscribe button. It really does make a difference. I opened the kennel door and sat down beside her. I didn't try to pet her or force her to interact. I just sat there, talking softly, telling her that maybe, just maybe, today could be different. After what felt like forever, she lifted her head slightly and looked at me, just for a second, but it was enough. The ride home was silent. Luna sat in the back seat, trembling, staring out the window as the world passed by. When we got home, I carried her inside and set up a soft bed in a quiet corner. She didn't move for hours. That night, I slept on the floor beside her. I wanted her to know she wasn't alone anymore. Somewhere around 3 a.m, I felt something warm press against my back. Luna had moved closer, just a few inches, but it was progress. The next morning, I gave her a bath. She stood there, completely still, as I gently washed away months of dirt and neglect. The water turned dark brown, and as I rinsed her coat, I could finally see her true color, a beautiful mix of caramel and white. When I wrapped her in a warm towel, she looked up at me with those same empty eyes. But this time, there was something else, a flicker of curiosity, a tiny spark that hadn't been there before. Over the following days, Luna started to wake up. It wasn't dramatic. There were no sudden transformations. It was slow, like watching a flower bloom. She began eating more. Her coat started to shine. She'd follow me from room to room, always keeping a safe distance, but never letting me out of her sight. And then one afternoon, something magical happened. I was sitting on the couch when Luna walked over and gently placed her head on my knee. It was the first time she had ever initiated contact. My heart nearly burst. I froze, not wanting to scare her away, and slowly placed my hand on her head. She leaned into my touch, and in that moment, I knew she was going to be okay. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. My partner came home from work that evening, and Luna's entire demeanor changed. Her tail started wagging, a sight I had never seen before. She trotted over to him with an excitement I didn't know she had in her. I'll admit, I felt a tiny pang of jealousy. But then I realized something beautiful. Luna was learning to love again. And it didn't matter who she loved first. What mattered was that she remembered how.
As weeks turned into months, Luna transformed before our eyes. She started playing with toys, something she had never shown interest in before. The first time she grabbed a squeaky ball and tossed it in the air, we both stared in complete shock. Did you just play?" I asked her, laughing. Her tail wagged harder, and she did it again. It was like watching a child discover joy for the first time. She became more confident, more affectionate, more herself. She'd greet us at the door with full body wiggles. She'd curl up on the couch and rest her head on our laps. Luna wasn't just surviving anymore. She was thriving. And then came the day that changed everything again. A woman from a local rescue organization came to visit. She had seen Luna's story on social media and felt an instant connection. When she walked through the door, Luna did something I'll never forget. She walked straight up to this stranger, sat down in front of her, and placed her paw on the woman's knee. It was as if she was saying, "I choose you." The woman's eyes filled with tears. She knelt down and wrapped her arms around Luna, and Luna melted into the embrace. It was love at first sight. In that moment, I knew. This woman was meant to be Luna's forever mom. And while my heart ached at the thought of saying goodbye, it also swelled with pride and happiness. Luna deserved a home where she was the center of someone's world. The day Luna left with her new mom, I hugged her one last time. I whispered in her ear, "You did it, girl. You survived, and now you get to live." She licked my face, and I swear I saw something in her eyes that looked like gratitude. Luna's story reminds us of something powerful. Healing is possible. No matter how broken someone seems, no matter how much they've suffered, love has the power to bring them back. It takes patience. It takes time. It takes showing up every single day, even when progress feels invisible. But it's worth it, every single time. So here's a question I want to leave you with. Do you believe that love can truly heal trauma, or do you think some wounds leave permanent scars that can't fully mend? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely want to hear your perspective. If Luna's story touched your heart, please consider liking this video and sharing it with someone who needs a reminder that second chances exist. Because every share, every like, every comment helps us reach more people who believe in the power of compassion. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring.